Everything is Hamlet. Everything is Hamlet. Hi, I'm Mary, and welcome to the show. Okay, can I do the show like this? Just like on my couch with my duvet cover. Why the hell not? Hi, baby. Okay, I have no idea what I'm talking about today. It's really not planned. I'm eyeing my iced coffee. Not even my iced coffee, my like canned coffee. There's a blizzard outside. Okay, wait, this is better. The glasses blend an air of gravitas. Sponcon. Win. Let's talk about. I can start with progress. What progress have I made? I think really what I've been doing this past week is settling into the fact that I started a YouTube channel, if that makes sense. So now this is getting really meta because I'm like talking about the process of, you know what I mean? But yeah, I realized that, okay, if I'm actually going to make this work and if I'm going to be able to not only carry out these projects, but also be able to write and document the process, like I really need to get organized. And so I did spend some time creating kind of like a Notion dashboard to track everything, which I felt really good about. I felt excited about because once I could kind of like see everything laid out, there was a sense of like, okay, now I've put it down on paper, like now the next step is to go forward, but it's also a bit overwhelming because there just is so much to do. And then there's even just the process of like what it has been like to actually start the channel and film the video, yes, but also edit it and then also put it out and like not feel awkward about having put it out. But yeah, I've showed Gist to a decent amount of people and I'm getting a lot of really positive feedback of people saying like this is something that they want and they need and they would use. And so I want, and I will say this on the video, to be live in production in 2 weeks. And so what that means to get it ready, to get it from where it is now, where it's like this cool demo where I can show people and it exists and they can know it exists, to the point where it's like a place where people can actually create accounts and like I'm able to charge people or give out, you know, free trials, and I'm able to store people's data and it feels safe and it feels secure. Like, and also because the facts, okay, so there's like multiple steps. So there's a kind of like productionizing everything, and I talked about this last time and I haven't done it yet. Create that pipeline. I'm trying to think of what I did do because I felt like I made a major breakthrough, but I think I made the major breakthrough and then I filmed and then I was like, okay, now I'm a YouTuber and I have to figure out how to create kind of like the ecosystem for me to actually publish YouTube videos and create enough storage on my computer and actually like upload things. And then also the like anxiety of just like, what am I doing? You know, just putting yourself out there can be nerve-wracking. I'm holding this for emotional support. Also, I got my nails done, if you can't tell, because I keep putting it in, and it did drastically slow me down typing wise, but I've been trying to push through because I do really like having them done, and I want to be somebody who's able to like just like type as fast as I can type without the nails, with the nails, and have it be okay. But it's just because I'm flat, like I'm having to type flat, like the way I move my hands along the keyboard has to completely change. Mimi's just going crazy, like back and forth. Now I'm talking about 5 different things at once, and I lost track of what I was actually saying. What am I talking about? Oh, getting production ready. Okay, so yes, there's creating the deployment pipeline, which is I need to look into it more because part of me is like, oh, I need a deployment pipeline. I don't think it's that I need a deployment pipeline as much because when I push to GitHub, it goes live. No, I do. That is exactly why I do need a deployment pipeline, because when I push to GitHub, it goes live to production. I need to be able to push things, then test them in a production or in a test environment. You know, I guess there's tests on my local dev, so fine when I just like run like ng serve. It's an Angular project, so when I serve, you know, serve the Angular project on my local environment, then I can test it locally. I don't know if I have a local database. I think I'm still testing locally against a production database. So do I want to, like, I don't even know if Firebase allows you to have a local database store, but I should be able to push to GitHub, be able to test things in a staging environment where I'm still testing how things work in a non-local ecosystem. And then if everything works in staging, push to production. So I would like that in place before I charge anybody money. So that needs to be put in place. Two, I realized that, you know, for the couple people, my brother, my brother and my dad, I think, who have made accounts, I can see their information in the database. I actually don't even know if I've told them this, but they don't, it's not, I don't check it. When I test, I only look at my data, but it's like, you know, I don't want to be able to see people's information. Obviously, as a developer, you would want to trust, like as a user, you would want to trust that your information is secure. And so making sure that, you know, when I'm rendering, you know, in order to render the gist, I pull your calendar and I pull your emails. I don't actually save that into the Firebase database. And also that way, it's not like somebody can hack the database and like get everyone's emails. So figuring out if that's, you know, I'm just pulling in, rendering it, and there's no saving involved, or if I'm encrypting what is saved so that nobody can actually like read what is there, but then we have to make sure that it's like well encrypted so that people can hack it. There's so much to think about, but I think that's, you know, that's why it's not easy to just like build something out of nowhere. Sorry, that sentence didn't really make any sense, but I think that you were able to get the gist. What was I saying? Yeah. And so, okay, so there's the deployment pipeline there's encrypting people's data two, and then three, like I don't have the full loop right now. So I'm generating GIS, but I haven't figured out the facts API, and then I don't have the like response back loop either. I think there's a world in which I could launch it without the full loop, but maybe I should just have the full loop because that is the full that's like the full MVP vision, is being able to use the internet without looking at a screen. So that requires being able to respond back. And so then there's the whole AI agent of it. So I think the only way it can realistically work is if I get all that deployment pipeline stuff done this week, and then I get all of the, including the facts, and then I get all of the AI agent response back stuff done the next week, because that is going to be complicated. Because I want it live in 2 weeks. I just want it live in 2 weeks. I just like talked about it to enough people like know of it. Like I have enough roots for people to like test. Like my friend was like, I'll share it. She's in grad school. She's like, I'll share it with other people. Like that's my exact target demo. Like I'm ready. So yeah, there's that. I'm trying to think of what side quests I went on this week. I do think that the Notion stuff was kind of like my big win for the week, or that was the thing that I like really felt excited about. I also wanted to talk about Hamlet. Yes. I also wanted to talk about Hamlet because everyone is talking about Hamlet all of a sudden. And obviously part of it is Hamnet, but I also watched Sentimental Value, and she plays Hamlet in Sentimental Value. And then I was doing a dive, and like women playing Hamlet is also kind of like a big rite of passage in the theater. I felt like Hamlet came up a third way. No, okay, I guess it's like I'm just reading a lot of things, but I'm reading a book called Read Fiction Like a Professor. I believe that's what it's called. And there's like a whole Shakespeare chapter, and so I think Hamlet came up as well. But then, yeah, I was like, you know what? Let me reread Hamlet, and let me maybe just like reread Shakespeare, because I just like I haven't read it since I was in high school, and it's, you know, the next chapter of the year. Like Q2 is going to be working on my essay collection, but it isn't fiction. Like it's really kind of fodder for Q3. But I thought, let me kind of dive back into Hamlet and try to think if I have anything interesting or insightful to say, like Justice for Ophelia. I don't know, like that's kind of it. But I guess that's what. Okay, Taylor Swift as well. The Fate of Ophelia. Everything is Hamlet. Everything is Hamlet. Okay, and then also I'm in a philosophy club, and I like one of the leaders of the club was like, "Oh, like, did he say he was reading? I think he said he was reading Hamlet." And I like then pull out my copy of Hamlet, and I'm like, "Why is everyone Hamlet all of a sudden? Like, is it really just the power of Hamnet? Like, is it just Paul Mescal's thighs? Like, has gotten us all just like up in Rosencrantz and Guildenstern? Like, I don't know." I don't know. I don't know. Um, yeah, that was the other thing. Have I cooked anything? I think I'm gonna go on a fast. I'm going on a for the week. Yeah, let me just say it now and then I'll report back. For the week, I'm going to not eat anything. And before you say that sounds crazy, it yeah, maybe I shouldn't because I'm not trying to encourage not eating. It's really not about not eating, but I've just been eating so much and I just feel like all the food is still inside me. Like I just feel bloated. I did it once last year. I did I did it last year. Let me not say the once didn't make any sense there dramatically. I did it last year because I did 3 days of just water. You have to make sure to consume salt though. Like that's kind of the big thing. Like if you're fasting and not eating food, like you do still need salt. Like you do still need minerals. Like I have magnesium. I think I might have potassium. I have some sort of like liquid thing that I think is potassium. Um, and then yeah, I just put like Himalayan pink salt and everything. You need to go buy salt because I remember I ran out of salt. I'm not really. Today's like me easing in, and it's I have just like a bunch of seltzers, and like I bought this coffee is kind of like my because I was gonna go get a bagel with lox, and I was like, you know what, like I actually just need to do this reset. But I did it last year. I did 3 days of just water and salts, of course, like I was saying, and then um, like maybe like 30 something days of being vegan, and then I end it with another 3 days of just water, and I really did feel amazing. Like I feel like it really just like reset my whole body, and then I was vegan slash vegetarian for like most of the rest of the year, and then I like went to Nigeria, and meat is the only food that is consumed. I ain't mad about it. Like I enjoyed my time, but I think that might be like a recurring thing for me. I've gone on like such a gut health journey. Like I think I'll end up talking about that more. You'll get it in bits and pieces, but I'm really into like the gut, healing the gut, like alternative ways to heal the gut, like alternative ways to sort of just like heal the self, um, because of just like my own experiences and having to kind of like figure out what works for me and like the best way to sort of navigate that. So okay, yeah. So next week we'll see if I actually was able to not eat for the week. But I think because I'm saying it here, like sure, like and then your body goes to ketosis. Like I don't know how much people watching kind of like know about those things, but your body switches from burning the sugars in your body from burning glucose to burning fat, and I think you get like more like your body is made more to run on fat from what I understand, and so like there's a sense of like clarity. It's like taking the pill from the Millis is like how I feel like it's been um, described, and honestly it is how I felt when I did it last year. Like by the third day I wasn't hungry, and I like the first and the second days were terrible, but I grew up fasting for religious purposes, and so I'm pretty good at going periods of time without eating food. So there is also that. I think what might happen is that I end up watching this back, editing it, thinking about things that I want to talk about, coming back, filming those things. We shall see. You know what I mean? But did I even do the intro? Hi, I'm Mary, and welcome to the show. Maybe that's what it'll be. Hi, I'm Mary, and welcome to the show. And maybe the show is just called The Show. I thought about calling it Mev's Show. The background there is that my full name is Mary Emevere, and some of my friends call me Mevs, and that's why my handle is Mary Mevs, and so it's like Mev's Show, basically. But I kind of like, hi, I'm Mary, and welcome to the show. I think it's going to be that. Hi, I'm Mary, and welcome to the show. It felt right in my gut. It came out. I didn't plan it. It just came out. That's what it's going to be. We're building the ship as we're flying it, as they say. And so, what else did I want to touch on this week? We talked about organization. We talked about the updates with GIST and how we're planning to be live in production in 2 weeks. We talked about how everything is Hamlet. We talked about fasting and what it means to fast. I've been really into lip liner. Thanks for watching. I hate Ciao for Now. I said Ciao for Now last time, and I was like, ooh. Ooh, also, I do have corrections from, oh my god, I didn't even do favorite things. That's the next. Also, I do have corrections from last week. One, I said that my favorite thing was the nullish coalescer. I was talking about the ternary operator. The nullish coalescer is also cool, also uses a question mark, also kind of checks if something is there, but in terms of the statement, question mark, you know, then do A, colon, do B, that is the ternary operator. So, small mistake, but I think, you know, you learn and you grow. Now let me think of my favorite things. I did also because I didn't plan for this episode. Like I need to stop apologizing. The more I do it, the more I'll stop apologizing. It's like if you're watching it, I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful. And why am I being sorry? Thank you for your time and your attention. And this has been such a lovely experience to get to watch and do this with you. And also when I show it to people, then they can give me feedback on how I can improve it. And so it's only going to get better with time. Like, it's only going to get better with time. So I'm not even stressed about it. I'm just excited to see, like, people will look back on these early episodes and be like, wow, she got so much better. And what is better than that? What is better than that? What is better than that? You know what I mean? I don't even know what I was referencing. I arrived back home, and because I spent the night at my friend's place, and what is better than getting fun things in the mail? Nothing. That's why everyone's addicted to Amazon. And we need to start writing each other letters again. How about that? My friend was like, oh, I'll write you a letter because, you know, I'd been going without my phone, and they were like, does she have a phone? Does she not have a phone? Like, what's your address so I can write you a goddamn letter? Yes. Because when you open the mail, all you see are bills. Bills, bills, bills. Pay my telephone bills. It's like, why would I open that? Why am I trying to open that? It's nothing. All you ever do is ask me for shit. You never give me anything. Sometimes I'll get wedding invitations in there, and it's nice. But it's like, I already know it's coming. There's nothing ever surprise fun. And I guess I knew my vote was coming, but I wasn't quite sure because I was on the website, and I'm like, I see the new, oh my god. Sorry, I just opened to this and I was like, whoa, jump scare. Let me not say jump scare. Cool. Oh. Wow. Do we think he'll be the next president? Right? Like, that's what they're... But if you're already the governor of California, like, why would you want to be the president? Because you already have so much power. You're already running the 6th largest economy in the world. You already are in charge of, like, all of the technology that's, like, kind of, like, you know, like you're in the American hub of AI. Like, you're already, and even before AI, obviously, it's just, like, Silicon Valley. Like, so many things are coming out of your state already. Hollywood, for now. You know, I don't know. I think it's already a pretty sweet gig. I don't know if you would then want to just take on the additional scrutiny. But I guess if for your own ego, I think is a pejorative term. Like, I guess if just for your own sense of, like, achievement and accomplishment, you know, in your time here on Earth, if just, like, becoming the president is something you aspire to be, then you aspire to be that. But it's like, you're already in a pretty sweet spot, I will say. Imagine this, like, gets back to him. He's like, how dare she? How dare she say that about me? That'd be cool. Favorite things. Oh, wow. Okay. My first favorite thing is going to be general. It's going to be print media. Okay? Physical book. I say that as my computer is right here, and I guess I'm surrounded by books, but, like, the books that I'm reading are nowhere to be found. They're all around me. Physical media. Things coming in the mail. Rihanna. No, that doesn't feel like deserved. Sounds good. These Valentino shoes that are just kind of, like, open. This is, no one can, okay, you can kind of see it like this, but I don't even know if I can maybe zoom in. I just think they're cool, and I was in the Valentino store yesterday, and I should have tried them on because I kept staring at them, but I knew I wasn't going to get them, and I guess I just didn't want to waste anyone's time. But I was just, like, looking at them for so long, and I just wanted to know what my foot would look like in them. Maybe I'll go back, because I just thought that they looked really cool. I would love to be in an advertisement. Like, let me hold your bag. Like, let me model your weird shirt. Like, I'd even put these guys on. Like, you know, that is a fantastic Gap. Gaps should be. I feel like Gaps like should be all the rage, but obviously, I think Gap. I think America's Next Top Model. I think this the documentary that's come out about everything that they've said and done. Yeah, yeah. Hot ice cream. Yeah. I think lip liner. I should go get them, but I don't feel like getting up. Like I'm watching a blizzard out my window and I'm just like cozy. Lip liner is a favorite thing. Um Print media arriving in the mail specifically is a favorite thing. I'm trying to think of like my actual favorite things this week. Oh, my nails. Wow, two of them were beauty things. Who even is she? Who even is she? Yeah, I'm in my body era. So nails, lip liner, although this is a liquid lipstick, lip stain thing. Not quite liner, but I was wearing liner before. And just like having no makeup, but like blush in my lips and my eyebrows. Like no foundation and nothing on my eyes. Yeah. And the nails. It's 3.5 favorite things. Sorry, because I'm like print media, so like magazine, book, but also fun things arriving in the mail. So like magazine fits. Have you guys seen that video of Kamala being like, I just love Venn diagrams? I know I gave her a southern accent, but I feel like she kind of had one. She was like, I just love Venn diagrams. And that's how I feel. I'm like, here's a Venn diagram of print media. Okay. Things arriving in the mail. Magazine is right there. Magazine is right. And she was like, the circles and the intersection. Like, I just love Venn diagrams. Next week, we are going to be halfway to being, we're going to be a week away from being production ready. Exciting. And then I can unveil it. And then when it's production ready, I can actually just like do a walkthrough of the project. And then for the next month, for the month of March, it'll be talking about how I'm going to promote it and get it out there. And then we're going to start writing the essays. So, yeah, kind of exciting, kind of cool. Like, I don't know, kind of sick. All right. Imagine this wasn't filming.